just wanted to make a few little clips here and there so you guys can see leading up to either the birth of the baby or, you know, me complain about how my inducing didn't help the birth of the baby. But anyways, I'm at Walmart right now. I just got done with my 39-week appointment, and she really confused me. She said that she said the baby is, she's not changing my due date, but the baby is measuring more around 38 weeks and 4 days than 39 weeks and 4 days, I think. So like a week different. And so the baby is a little bit smaller, but she said that my placenta, why did it sound like I had an accent? Placenta? Anywho, like my placenta and like my body and my cervix and everything are measuring 39 weeks and 4 days. So I'm still 39 weeks and 4 days, but the baby is measuring a little bit smaller, which isn't a problem. So I talked to her, and she did say that I could try to self-induce, and then next week she would consider inducing me. So I got the green light for self-inducing, and I really wanted to make a video of it because, you know, if it works, then, you know, at least you guys can see. So I'm at Walmart right now. I'm going to go in there and get all of the ingredients to the Midwives Brew. And I heard that it's really freaking disgusting, so that's cool, but I'm excited to try it, and hopefully we will meet baby here fairly soon. I'm also going to get, you know, some spicy foods and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll keep y'all updated. Okay guys, the time has come. I'm home. I got all the ingredients for the Midwives Brew, which I will show you. Also, I am currently in a swimsuit because our air conditioning went out. So, here are all the ingredients. There we go. Oh man, I'm looking real good. So I had a doctor's appointment today. And I already told you everything that they said in the other clips. So yeah, basically a little bit of a disclaimer for you before I get thrown out into the wolves. If your baby isn't ready to come, it won't come. So no, I'm not being selfish by trying to get the baby to come because it's not early. I am full term. I had Brinley at 37 weeks and she was perfect. So I'm not worried about it. The only thing that I'm worried about is pooping my brains out. But, you know, everything comes with a price, right? So, yeah. I was cleared to do this. And like I said, if the baby comes, it's because David's watching Brinley for me, and she's knocking on the door now. Yeah, if the baby comes, it's because he's ready, and if he doesn't, it's because he's not. So, with that being said, let's get started. So, the first ingredient is probably the most important ingredient, is castor oil. Upside down. I don't know. Castor oil. This stuff is a laxative, I guess. And then I have this mango nectar, which you're supposed to use apricot, but I asked around and I looked it up and stuff, and you can, what's that word? Substitute. You can substitute with the mango. I've never had that, but, you know, whatever. And then the almond butter, I read that the reason for the almond butter is so that you don't have such bad diarrhea. It helps have the brew stick to your intestines and cause contractions instead of just causing you shit. Sorry for my language. And then this is the lemongrass tea. Let's see. The lemon verbena is what you were supposed to look for, but this works because that's the #1 ingredient in this. It's the Tazo Zen tea. So Yes, I'm going to make it. Another thing is I don't know if I told you guys I was gonna do like a labor inducing video with like a bunch of different ways, but at this point I'm not going to because my house is 89 degrees and I'm not doing a baby mama dance in 89 degrees. I'm not going on a walk. I'm not having sex. Yeah, I'm not doing anything like that. So we're gonna take the easy way out, if it even works. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, ooh, did you see that? My double chin coming in. That's friendly. This is what it looks like. It says that you can drink it over ice, and I don't think that I would be able to do it without ice, so. That's gnarly. I don't know what it tastes like. It kind of smells like dog food. This is so gross. Oh my god, wish me luck. Okay, I'm gonna drink it and I will keep you guys updated. Pray for me. Okay, here's the first update. I finished drinking the drink. It was disgusting and I was not a fan. I feel like these updates are going to be a little bit TMI, but you know, it is what it is. So it's been probably about an hour and a half since I started drinking the drink, and probably been about 30 minutes since I finished the drink, and I just had my first BM. Cute, I know. It's not as bad as everybody said. It wasn't like ridiculous, so, but wow, my hair's so long. Anyways, I will keep updating you. I'm having contractions, but I'm always having contractions. They're nothing crazy. I would rate them a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, so I'll keep y'all updated. Also, I'm gonna show you how hot it is in my house because I bet some of y'all ain't gonna believe me, so let me just show you my thermostat. Okay guys, first say hi to Brittany. Okay, so I am so sorry I did not update you yesterday after I drank the Midwives Brew. I literally died. Like, I could not update you. So I took the Midwives Brew and then I went on about my day. I kind of had like contractions a little, probably about 2 hours or 3 hours later, but they were nothing. And I was just like, oh, Braxton Hicks, like this isn't gonna work for me. And you know, I was just being super doubtful. But then I went to bed. I started laying down, I went to bed, and I needed to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and I started contracting like crazy in the bathroom. And they just kept getting closer and closer together. Like, I'm not even joking you. They were on top of each other. I would have a contraction and then another one would come right after it was done. It was so bad. They were so painful. Probably the most painful contractions that I had ever had. And so at this point it's probably like, I think it was like 9:30 or something like that because we go to bed so early. And at that point I was like, oh my god, like I need to call. And so I called and I told my doctors. They're like, yeah, you need to come in. And then I got David, we all got in the car and we went to the hospital, and by the time I got there my contractions were so painful. Some of them were like 2 minutes apart, some of them were 3 minutes apart, some of them were literally on top of each other. It was so bizarre. Like, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna like push out the baby right now. It was so bad. And so got into the room and stuff. They hooked me up to all the monitors, but they didn't admit me. And so she gave me a cervical check, which, you know, if you don't know what that is, it's the fingers up in there to see how far dilated your cervix is. And I was still at a 4, which I've been at a 4. And so she was like, okay, well, just go ahead and keep contracting, and hopefully we'll get like a change in your cervix and stuff. And so I just kept contracting, and it was like hours and hours and hours of contracting, and it was so bad. It got to the point where she came back in and she checked me, and I was still at a 4, but I was in so much pain. I was like, is there anything I can have? Like, can I have medicine? And she was like, well, I'm not going to admit you right now because you took the Midwives Brew. It could be false labor, and I am not going to admit you, so you can't have epidural, but I'll get you something. And so she comes back in and she has morphine, and at this point I'm literally dying. Like, I could not do it without medicine. It was so bad. So I was like, yeah, give me the morphine. So she gave me a shot in the butt, and I probably labored there with no medicine for about 4.5 hours. David fell asleep, and I was just like trying to breathe through my contractions. After I got the morphine, I think it was probably like 15 minutes, and my contractions basically subsided. I fell asleep, and my doctor came back in and she checked me, and she was like, okay, like there's no change. You're just a little bit posterior, or interior. So like my cervix was super inwards, but it came out a little bit so that she could feel the baby and stuff. But then she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna check you again in a few hours. Go ahead and get some sleep because you can't drive home with morphine in your system. And so I was like, okay. And so I fell asleep. We fell asleep all the way until morning. I had contractions, but they were nothing. Like, they were literally like Braxton Hicks, like nothing. They weren't dilating my cervix. We woke up in the morning at about 6:30. She checked my cervix. Nothing had happened. It actually went backwards. My cervix went back to being posterior. And basically I took morphine and I took myself out of labor. And you can imagine my frustration, especially because I really wanted to have him, you know, last night or today, because my whole family is leaving tomorrow. David's mom, David's dad, my mom, like everybody's just leaving. So it really sucks that I didn't have him, but I guess, you know, life goes on. So the question is, does the Midwives Brew put you into labor? I would say yes, it definitely does. But if you're going to take the Midwives Brew, you have to completely commit and not get any medicine for it or anything, because medicine will completely slow down your contractions and put a halt to everything. And that's what happened to me, which really sucks because that drink was disgusting. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm really freaking annoyed. Hopefully I'll have a baby sometime soon. My due date is tomorrow. Yeah, basically that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that if you tried the Midwives Brew, it worked for you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully I'll have a baby. Okay, thanks. Bye.